Is it possible to be fully conscious in two places at once? How many of you are good at multitasking? Okay. All right, so how good are you at multitasking? All right, this is again another trick question. And what I'm pointing out here is that you can only be in the now in one place at a time. You can't be in the now in three different places. How do computers work? We talk about computers that can multitask. They can be working this program and all at the same time. But if you are perceptive, you notice that the response time slows down. So what are they doing? They're using the same resources, but they're jumping from one task to another very quickly, hoping that you won't notice that they've actually slowed down. Well, we do the same thing, and we can multitask by doing the same thing. We focus here, and then we actually have a range of focal points, but you can only have one primary one. You can have one primary focus point, and then there's a periphery where you are partially aware. So it's kind of like a person spinning plates, you know, these entertainers that spin a whole line of plates. Well, they can only focus on one at a time. You can't be spinning 12 plates at once. So he or she spins one plate, but in the periphery, they're watching the others, and they know which one they have to go to next. But you can only focus on one thing at a time. Keep this in mind very carefully. We try to do multiple things at once, but only one of those things can have your true focus. And in most cases, none of them have our complete focus. That's our usual way of operation, is that we're scattered. We're not really focusing on anything. In Eckhart Tolle's book, he talks about two monks. Well, he talks about a teacher and a pupil. They were in a monastery. And the teacher is talking about being in the now, how to be in the now. He's trying to teach these younger monks how to practice being in the now. And he stops what he's saying and listens very intently, and he says, "Do you hear that distant stream?" And none of them had noticed a stream in the distance. And they stopped and listened very, very quietly. And finally the young monk said, "I hear it." And he said, "Enter the now from there." And he thought that was pretty profound. But then he thought about it later, and he said, "What if I hadn't been able to hear that stream?" He said, "Enter the now from there." You don't have to have anything specific to be in the now. It doesn't have to have an object. Raja Yoga is all about being in the now. It's about being focused, about overcoming any of this chatter, anything that dissuades us from being in control. Eckhart Tolle tells us that very few people are able to control the mind. Raja Yoga says it's completely possible to be in control of your mind if you make the effort. And it's a long, sustained effort that is completely worthwhile if you decide to do it.